flat. The heart has stopped beating. The patient is not breathing. This is a cardiac arrest. Again, you have to respond instantly. And I cannot emphasize enough the first response to an emergency. Please continue. So he first did, stop. Is the monitor correct? Or did the leads just all fall off? So he just, please continue. Just wants to check that the patient has in fact had an arrest. Stop. Calls for help. Those of you who have taken CPR course may remember the instructions for CPR. You find a person who is unresponsive. What's the first thing you do? Call for help. When you take advanced cardiac life support, what's the first thing that people are taught to do? Call for help. When you are an anesthesiologist, in your very first days of training, probably your very first day of training, if there is a problem, what do? You call for help. Before you treat, when it's an emergency, you call for help because you're going to need it, and you're going to need it now. So the very first thing that Dr. Hung does here is he calls for help. Fortunately, his children are actually in the room ready to respond, if you can continue. So he calls for help. He immediately, one person begins CPR, the chest compression shown here. Dr. Hung is now ventilating the lungs, shown here. And emergency drugs are drawn up for resuscitation. This right here is lidocaine, which might be given for resuscitation. Other drugs that might be given for resuscitation include drugs like adrenaline. So please.
All right, we're watching, this is an instructional video, dramatization, safe administration of sedation. You're seeing how fast you should move. I mean, bottom line, the anesthesiologist never left the room. There was monitoring equipment. This anesthesiologist constantly watching, even touching the patient. We'll continue to watch, and my colleagues, Jane Velez, Mitchell, Ryan Smith, taking over. Stay with us.